Hey everyone, this is Steven again, and this time I would like to share with you a new model that I developed during summer that, in my opinion, describes the needs of the modern consumer, and I would like to share that with you. There are 4 characteristics of this new consumer that I think are crucial for the future of your company. Stay with me. I think there are 4 elements that really describe the needs of the consumer today and especially tomorrow. I think the first one is really about personalized goods and services. If you look at the possibilities today of, for instance, 3D printing, everyone will create their own personalized needs. But you could go further. I talked with a company that is into cosmetics, and they're using the DNA of consumers to develop personalized cosmetics. So everyone will get their own cosmetics based on their own DNA data analysis. I think that's huge. And you have more of that. So if you look at the world of the modern consumer, segmentation is old school. The new segment size is 1, and it's about being proactive with that segment size. Not waiting until you get the needs, but it's about adapting your services and your products to what you know about the consumer. So this is the point where data comes in, new tools comes in like 3D printing, but also the collaborative economy. If you can create on-demand services, you're also playing into that strength. But you see more and more that people really want to have their own services created on their own needs. Airbnb is an example, Uber is an example, 3D printing is an example. All these collaborative economy companies are examples of that. So I think this is a first big one to look into. Second one is what I believe is convenience is the new loyalty. If you look at all the new successful companies, think about Google, think about Booking, think about Uber, think about Airbnb, think about HelloFresh, think about all these companies. They have, you can hate them or love them. You can say, these examples have been used way too many times. But if you think about it, they all have one thing in common. They are very fast, easy, and fun to use. And they went into this world of extreme simplicity. And that creates a form of convenience that creates loyalty among consumers. So if you're not fast and easy enough, consumers won't do any business with you anymore, especially in this digital world of very intuitive interfaces. So that's a second one. A third one is something totally different. What you see, and I've seen this in the research of my latest book, When Digital Becomes Human, is that people really value personal communication and a personal touch as well. So people don't just want to have the standardized product or the standardized stuff, they also want to have the personal touch. They want to have a real human emotion, and we're approaching this point where companies will have to choose between programmed empathy and real empathy, programmed friendliness or real friendliness. And make no mistake, people will prefer the programmed stuff above the real unfriendliness. Authentic unfriendliness is overrated. So programmed empathy will be very, very good, but real empathy, real friendliness will even be better. And that's what people really value in today's world. Think about what a company like Starbucks does with that. They're very, very smart in using their human skills. Like the most famous example is the fact that they write stuff on the cups of coffee, and that they on purpose write the wrong thing on it because they figured out that there's more communication about wrong names on the cup than real names on the cup. So it's kind of a strategy. But they try to make it personal, they try to make it human. I think that's the third element what consumers today really appreciate. The last one is that people really like to buy from awesome companies. They really like to buy from big brands. I think branding, creating love brands is more important than ever. And here the challenge is to create a storyline, a scenario of your company. And one of my favorite companies that does that in a brilliant way is SpaceX. We had the pleasure last year of visiting SpaceX, and it's pretty cool what they do. Their mission is to save mankind, and to do that they have to make sure that we have a backup planet, and that backup planet is called Mars. So one of their first actions is to colonize Mars. Just that statement is pretty awesome, but the way that they do their PR about it is really cool. So it's like a storyline, it's like a movie that you can follow. It's like Interstellar, but then in real life you can follow what they're doing. And that's really impressive. You want to be part of that. So it is more and more important to share the story, not the marketing, but the story of your company, how you're building your vision, because people really want to follow that and dig into that. So I think these 4 are really important. It's about those personalized services, it's about convenience as the new loyalty, it is the personal touch, and it's buying from awesome companies, those four. And if you think about it, you know, these four have a clear link with my story when digital becomes human. Because if you look at the first two, you know, the personalized stuff and the convenience as new loyalty, those are typical digital skills that you need for that. You need data, you're gonna be able to use 3D printing, Internet of Things, you know, all these digital trends will help you to succeed in achieving those two items. The other two, personal touch and awesome companies, for that you need modern PR, you need modern HR, you need to have a good story. So those are really human elements. So to help the consumer of tomorrow, again, as I said in previous films, it's important to be good in the digital part and to be good in the human part. But if you look at the trends of today's and tomorrow's consumer, they really blend in really well. So once again, it's not about digital or human, it's about the combination of being good in digital and human to address the needs of the modern consumer. If you want to hear more about that, I made videos that dig into this a little bit deeper. I have my Angry Birdized video that talks about those digital interfaces. I also have videos about the personal touch on how you can do that. So please take a look at those. They will help you to find out more about this topic. And if you like my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again in one of my next videos. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.